Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming in from Medali City where the Aethers are hosting the Verbank Plasma, and as they send out their starting lineups, let's have a look at that tail of the tape as the Aethers are currently sitting in 7th place, and with a victory they could actually move themselves up into an Elite Four spot and finally prove that they are for real this season. But the Plasma have a bye next round. They need this victory to try and maintain a spot in the Elite Four. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the flying types? Will it be the poison types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it will be Venusaur and that Alola Muck going up against the Rowan Award recipient in Corviknight, joined by Salamence, who went for the Encore nice and early, which is going to fail, allowing the Sleep Powder from Venusaur to put that pseudo legendary to sleep. They know it is a big threat and it has been having a great season. Corviknight, however, is going to look to do its part by going for the super effective Icicle Crash, but Venusaur is able to get out of the way, allowing Alola Muck to capitalize with the Flail, which is going to be heavily tanked by Corviknight. However, Salamence is still fast asleep on the field, and this is going to allow Venusaur to try and capitalize by going for the Leaf Blade, which is heavily resisted by Salamence, but it is taking that chip damage nice and early. But the Mega Kick from Corviknight getting in a good connection there onto Muck, who does respond with the Esper Wing. It is going to get that speed boost, but still doing very little damage to Corviknight here on the field. However, Salamence has awoken already, and this allows it to go for the Ancient Power. It is going to be switching its attention to Muck, get in some good damage, but Muck is going to respond with the Blizzard, super effective, putting Salamence into knockout range and leaves it frozen solid. It cannot avoid those status conditions. Venusaur looking to follow it up, goes for the Freeze Dry, but it goes for Corviknight here, getting some good damage, but that Steel typing prevents it from being super effective, and it responds with the Smart Strike. It is not going to miss. It is going to put Muck into knockout range, and Salamence is already thawed out, allowing it to go forward the Bubble Beam, trying to take Muck down, and it is successful, getting the first elimination for the Aethers. That's the start they want in this match. And there is that Moxie boost as well, boosting that 135 base attack for Salamence, but Venusaur is going to respond with the Trop Kick. Not very effective, but gets that critical hit to ensure that Salamence is taken out of this matchup. They did not want to have to deal with the Moxie boosted Pokemon, and we get the Roar of Time in response from Corviknight onto Venusaur, getting some good damage. But it's going to be another Moxie Pokemon coming out for the Aethers, and it's another Muck coming out for the Plasma, because it's Gyarados who does go for the Apple Cutter onto Venusaur, getting some good damage as well with a not very effective move, getting its own critical hit. It is the Cantonian Muck that's come out for the Plasma, as the Mega Horn from Venusaur on to Gyarados, not very effective, gets in some okay damage though, but Corviknight has to recharge, and Muck, looking to capitalize, is going to set up a substitute using some of its own health to put that substitute doll out on the field. And Muck is going to go for the Electro Ball onto that substitute doll. It wants to get it off the field, as it does take that damage from Muck, but it does stay there, allowing Venusaur to go for the Grassy Glide this time, capitalizing on its Grass type to get some good damage onto Gyarados. We get the Guard Swap here from Corviknight on to Muck, switching all changes to their defense and special defense. As the Scorching Sands from Muck, it is not going to work on the flying types. They are immune to ground type moves, allowing the Tearful Look from Gyarados on to Venusaur here, lowering that physical attack as well as that special attack. However, Venusaur does look to respond by going for the Rising Voltage. This will be super effective, and it still gets the elimination. That quad damage being done to Gyarados, again not wanting to deal with that Moxie Pokemon. The Speed Swap here though from Corviknight, very intelligently focusing in onto Venusaur, who is quicker than Corviknight. However, we get the Struggle Bug now from Muck, focusing in onto Corviknight, who is all by itself at the moment, but that does very little damage, being not very effective. And with that Mirror Armor, it is unfortunately not going to work, sending it back to the substitute doll, as another Moxie Pokemon in Honchkrow comes out for the Medali Aethers, the Jawlock from Corviknight now with that speed control, going for the substitute doll, which has finally faded from this matchup. Muck can be a target now, and Honchkrow could capitalize. It goes for the Cross Chop, but it goes for Venusaur instead, putting it into knockout range. It is hanging on though, allowing Venusaur to go with the Sheer Cold, and this is going to be avoided by Corviknight. However, Muck, looking to do its part, is going to go for the Fury Cutter, and they continue to do these not very effective moves on the Steel type, who is going to respond with the Prismatic Laser. This will be super effective, but Muck is able to hang on by a thread. Honchkrow could capitalize, and it goes with the Memento. That is not what we meant whatsoever. It does lower that physical and special attack of Muck a great deal, but sorry, Honchkrow, unbelievably, I am just shocked, has taken itself out of the matchup. They have not been able to capitalize on those Moxie Pokemon at all. The Vice Grip not very effective onto Corviknight, and Muck follows it up with the Tar Shot. This is going to slow down Corviknight, but unfortunately, due to that Mirror Armor ability, it is actually going to send it back towards Muck. However, it will still become weaker to fire as out comes Roaring Moon, the Terrestrial Draftee for the Medali Aethers, and it needs to do something because the Medali Aethers have already lost 3 Pokemon. The Plasma have only lost 1 so far in this contest. And it is going to be Roaring Moon with the speed control, setting up the Psychic Terrain, and the Plasma are not going to want to have to deal with that, but it will be Corviknight having to recharge after that Prismatic Laser as that battlefield does get just a little bit weird. Venusaur looking to capitalize though, is going to go for the Aqua Jet, going for Roaring Moon. Doesn't do that much damage though, and Muck does follow it up with the Roll Play, but that is going to fail. This could open the door for Roaring Moon to try and capitalize and get an elimination, but instead it goes with the Teleport, so it's actually going to go back to the bench. And out in its place, the last Pokemon for the Aethers, it is Braviary, the Unovian Braviary, as the Sucker Punch from Corviknight is going to fail. There's no suckers on the side of the Virbank Plasma, allowing Venusaur to go with the Topsy-Turvy, but this is also going to fail. Muck needs to do something because they are such easy targets right now. Goes for the Fusion Flare onto Corviknight, and it is weaker to fire, and it's already weak to fire. Being part Steel type, that super effective move has taken out. There's only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Aethers as back out comes Roaring Moon, and it is going to go for the Volt Switch. Are they going to get an elimination? They finally do with a critical hit as well. Muck has been taken out of this match. Braviary could follow it up. It goes with the Cosmic Power. It is going to boost its defenses, both that physical and special defense. It is much more of a physical attacker though, as Venusaur is going to go for the Stored Power, doing very little damage there to that defense boosted Braviary as out comes Overqwil for the Virbank Plasma. Roaring Moon immediately meeting it with the Moonblast, capitalizing on that part Dark typing, lowering the special attack in the process, as well as Overqwil does respond with the Barb Barrage, getting some good damage there onto Braviary, who goes with the Aromatic Mist, trying to help out Roaring Moon by boosting its special defense now. Venusaur is going to go with the Overheat onto Roaring Moon, which is not going to do that much damage, but it also lowers that special attack as Venusaur has been in since the very start. It's such an easy target, but the Horn attack from Roaring Moon eliminates Venusaur from this match. The Aethers are still in this. They are at a 2-3 disadvantage, but Overqwil with the Hone Claws, it is going to boost that physical attack that's base 115, as well as boosting that accuracy. And we get the Defend Order once again. Braviary boosting its defenses. It wants to be able to take those hits from the Virbank Plasma as the weirdness disappears from the field. It is going to be Toxtricity now in its amped form coming out for the Plasma, but it's immediately on the receiving end of a Roar from Roaring Moon, fittingly enough, that will send it back to the bench, and being dragged out onto the field is Glamora. That Toxic Debris ability will not be a factor in this matchup. The confusion from Overqwil onto that specially defense boosted Braviary, who is going to respond with the Echoed Voice, going straight for Glamora, doing very little damage with that not very effective move. Roaring Moon follows it up with the Pluck, capitalizing on its newfound flying typing, but still not very effective onto the part Rock type Glamora. And there is that Toxic Debris being set up, but again, it is irrelevant for the Aethers, and they've got no one to come in from the bench anyway, as that Leopard Berry does get taken from Glamora and chowed down by Roaring Moon. Glamora is going to respond with the Shell Smash. It is going to cut into those physical and special defenses, but it's going to boost that attack, special attack, and its speed. And as a 130 base special attack, it will want to capitalize on that rock typing advantage over the Medali Aethers, as well as Overqwil is going to go for the Wave Crash on to Braviary, getting some good damage, but there is that recoil for Overqwil in the process, allowing Braviary to respond by setting up the safeguard. It doesn't want those status conditions on itself, and Roaring Moon as Glamora is going to go with the Dragon Rush, and this won't be super effective, but it does massive damage to Roaring Moon, putting it into knockout range. But we get the Giga Drain response from Roaring Moon, making sure that it gets some health back by taking it from Glamora. The Aethers are still holding their own as Overqwil is going to go for the Drill Peck, and it gets the elimination of Roman. It is a 1v3 matchup. Braviary is all by itself. We know that Toxtricity is on the bench of the Plasma and it has that type advantage as well, but the Drain Punch by Braviary taking the last of the energy from Glimmora to get its own health restored, and it has those boosted defenses to work with as well. We know that Toxtricity is going to be coming back out from the bench as those Poison Spikes are irrelevant. Braviary flying well high above the field. Here comes Toxtricity. It needs to capitalize on that electric typing, but Overcoil is going to go with the baton pass. There's no one to pass the baton to, so that is going to fail. And this allows Braviary to go with the Gunk Shot. This will be resisted by Overcoil. Still gets in some okay damage, but Toxtricity looking to do its part. Goes with the Spit Up, but it hasn't gone for the Stockpile, so that is going to fail. Overcoil needs to do its part though, and it goes with the Self-Destruct. We could have a draw. Toxtricity's eliminated, Overcoil's eliminated, it got the critical hit on its teammate, but the defense boosted Braviary. It has held on. The Medali Aethers have gone from a 1v3 disadvantage to winning this game. Braviary boosting those defenses early has allowed it to hold on even after Overcoil got the attack boost, and this has moved them up into 6th place with a massive win. And next round they will be going up against the Spike Myth Rockets, whereas the Plasmas stay in 3rd, but they have that bye next round, and after that they will be going up against the Vilestone Breakers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.